history of Preppy, this is what I know. It kind of, first of all, Preppy is from prep school. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yep.
And then there was a book called the Official Preppy Handbook.
Yes.
And I think it came out, it was in around 1980. And I think it was like a huge bestseller. And it kind of lampooned the idea of wasp clothing for prep school kids.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
yeah?
I think the funny thing is you're absolutely right. The intention of the book was a lampoon.
Yeah.
But that's not really what happened. I remember my copy of the Preppy Handbook was so worn out.
Dog-eared everywhere.
Oh my goodness. We all really referred to that book like it was our Bible, which is probably exactly what the author was making fun of in the first place.
I never read it.
It was really, really funny.
Was it illustrated or were there photos?
There were drawings in
okay.
it. And there actually a second Preppy Handbook came out a couple of years ago, but it wasn't nearly as good.
Well, and a couple of years ago, there was one called Ivy Style, I think. It's all about like Ivy League schools and that kind of look.
Similar idea.
How would you define the Preppy look?
Well, the Preppy look is, it's blue blazers and webbed belts and red pants and no socks.
Yes.
That's sort of what the guys are wearing. And then the women are in Lily Pulitzer. You remember Lily Pulitzer? All
Yes.
those really colorful prints, cotton prints.
Made a comeback for Target, like I think a couple of years ago.
Yep. And also still have a very, very healthy business on the East Coast. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Tory Burch more recently
of
really
course.
tapped into that with that kind of caftan-y
tunic tops, right?
Absolutely. J. Crew.
I remember Lacoste shirts as a little kid. Those were like that was Nirvana. When you had, growing up in Toronto, when you had a friend who would go down to Florida and they'd bring back like multiple Lacoste shirts, it was like you had hit pay dirt.
It's an easy thing, I mean, you just throw one of those on, you look great. That brings me to why people are wearing what they're wearing in either preppy life or in the summer house. Traditionally it was the activities of the summer house that really dictated what people were wearing, so people are sailing or they're playing tennis or they're playing golf. And so the stuff they're wearing is all derived from that because they're not changing from that. There's a quote from the Preppy Handbook, which really illustrates that. She says, prep clothes are sensible. Rain clothes keep you dry. Winter clothes keep you warm. Collars are buttoned down so they don't flap in your face when you're playing polo, which is a huge problem for all of us, obviously.